selves. Neck, head, backbone straight. Let us take a deep, slow, conscious, happy breath. Conscious breathing is a very powerful exercise to bring the mind in the present moment. Let us let go all the past experiences, only keeping the learnings. Let us let go all future anxieties and present tensions. Chant loudly so that, as Amma mentioned, in this Murkhaman, there are some thoughts still keep coming. Those also run away. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बू फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जंगमं व्याप्तं यत्किंचित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Loka-Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra-bhasha-krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah-Punah समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Manisha. So we are doing summary of Bhagavad Gita, chapter wise, and we have completed the first and the second chapter. Arjun had one challenge, illness, disease, which is our own entire humanity's challenge, disease, illness, identity crisis, forgetting who am I, leading to confusion about the duty, what am I supposed to do at this moment in this situation, and concluding into a wrong decision. Lord Krishna gave two medicines in the second chapter. These two medicines, these two tablets are very specific. One tablet of self-knowledge. And the second tablet, he gave do's and don'ts. So now we have to remember these two tablets because Arjuna is going to ask one question on these two medicines. Any doctor gives two things, some medicine to directly treat the illness and some do's and don'ts. And same thing Lord gave it here. We cannot say, no, I will not take medicine, but only follow the do's and don'ts. There are these kind of people who have come and discussed with me. Why scriptures are required? Just do good, be good. Just be a good person, no? But then that is not the solution what Lord is giving. And there are some people who do not want to get into action and want to avoid all action and only want to read scriptures and remain in one room and say, no. I have, this is good for me. But once they go out, then they get disturbed. Challenges starts coming. So this is a background where we have to remember, because this chapter starts with one very important question of Arjun, which is our own question, and this is our own confusion which Arjun has voiced. And as we had discussed last time, that Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 is an entire summary of Bhagavad Gita, where Lord, after completing, took a long breath thinking that now I have told all the knowledge to be told to Arjun, but then Arjun has asked several questions. Important questions, what Arjun has asked are 16 questions, they say. And we are going to start with one beautiful question where the Bhagavad Gita continues. But before we start today, this was one of the most favorite chapter of Pujya Gurudev. And I'm inviting all of you to read his Holy Gita. And there are on YouTube lot of videos of Gurudev on Bhagavad Gita. There is this entire video, not DVD, but pen drive is also available in the bookstall. These are all worth going through. And there are Gita capsules also we can take every day. 1 or 2 Gita capsules per day of Gurudev. 1 in the morning, 1 before sleeping. Life would be transformed. So to start off, we will start what is Karma Yoga, and then we are going to elaborate on this. And very interestingly, we are going to discuss this Karma Yoga in a slightly different format, because I was just praying that there are so many formulas, so many equations, so many theories are there, how to remember them systematically. So we have, rearranged here certain things which will make our life slightly easier so that we can remember. This is Karma Yoga, this is not Karma Yoga. This is Karma, this is Vikarma, this is Akarma. We will see that. But before that, let us start Karma Yoga by listening to Gurudev. Yes.
An action is good or bad because of the motive or the mental attitude of the doer. Carefully think. Action by itself is neither good or bad. It is only movement of the human muscles. But the action becomes good or bad according to the motive in the mind of the actor, the doer. A doctor, under the knife of a doctor, a patient may collapse on the operation theatre. We don't call it murder. Why? Because the doctor's motive was to save the patient and bring him back again to his feet so that he may continue healthy life in the society. When a mother is giving 1 or 2 slaps to the little baby to discipline him, it is not a harm done. It is only to save the child from being kicked by others in the streets when he grows up. He's been taught to discipline, be less selfish. See? A doctor may take away the leg of a dancer, one of the greatest crimes that you can do. But he is not doing a crime. He is trying to save her life by amputating the leg because the condition is so bad. Okay. So don't judge, nobody can judge an action by the action alone. We must consider the motive and intention in the doer. Recognizing this principle, here it is that the teacher is giving us the art of action. Act, every one of us will, whether we like it or not. The world will force you to act. But how can we intelligently act? Thereby not only our performance becomes excellent, but those excellent performances bring about an unseen benefit of polishing and beautifying our own mind. This art of living or art of action is called Karma Yoga.
So we are going to discuss in detail what Gurudev mentioned, every word, but in principle form. So it becomes very easy for us to remember and practice. So we start our journey with learning the art of action. And first of all, thanks to Arjun that he asked this question. Because otherwise Bhagwan had already completed his knowledge and given the entire knowledge to Arjuna in the second chapter. So Arjun's two questions are, oh Bhagavan, I understood what you said in the first and second chapter. And now how is he posing the question also is important. Sometimes even if we know the knowledge, even if we have the knowledge, we must sometimes listen to all the masters that how they present it, how they communicate. So now Arjun is asking, if according to your thinking and view, this is what we normally do, that whenever we want to discuss something, we normally say that according to your thinking, not according to my understanding. Knowledge is superior to action, then why do you engage me in these terrible actions? Because you yourself started with this self-knowledge and then you invested so many verses in telling the qualities of a wise person, Sita Pratnya Lakshan. And only few verses you told about karma. And I am a king, I am a warrior, I am a soldier. I normally want to go for the best. You know, there are some people who go for shopping, they want to go for the best. Which is the best? In the same price, suppose this is better, then I will go for best. And now we have to little empathize with Arjun also, that what he is asking is so true because he has to kill people. We are not in that situation that we have to kill our own people for one place on earth, Hastinapur. So what is Arjun's question is that you have given two paths, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga. Then you have mentioned indirectly, directly that knowledge is superior to action. Then why are you telling me again, get up and fight, be efficient, be skillful? And that too, why are you pushing me in this terrible situation? Tell me clearly. Now here again is telling, tell me clearly, make up your mind. I think you are confused, my dear Bhagwan. Tell me only one way. Don't tell me both the ways. Ye bhi karo, wo bhi karo. Do this, do this. You study also, you act also. No, you tell me only one thing. You keep studying. Or you tell me you keep acting. You tell me one way which will be Shreya to me. I will attain the highest. Very interesting question and how he has posed it also. And later part he realizes that now he is blaming Bhagwan that you have not made your mind. You are not very clear when you are giving all this knowledge to me. So first confusion of Arjun is that you are praising knowledge path but telling me to follow karma path. First confusion. You gave nature of self, quality of realized person who attained this Brahmic Sthiti, and you concluded also that attain that Brahmic Sthiti. Don't waste your time in all this kind of thing. Go for the highest. Actually, I was expecting you to say to me that, dear Arjun, gain this knowledge, get established in it, meditate and realize it. But after giving this knowledge, you are telling me, get up and fight, get up and fight. And then you are telling karmanyeva dhikaraste, yoga karma sukha kaushalam, and every now and then you are saying, get up and fight. I want to follow the superior path, not the inferior path. You make up your mind and tell me which path I should follow, knowledge path or karma path. Now, this is very interesting presentation of a question. How we ask questions also, what is the tone, what is the motive. It's very interesting. Some people, actually many people I am do training, they start that I want to ask one question. And then they don't ask the question only. They describe and then tell 100 things. Then I have to ask, what is the question? But basically, actually, they don't want to ask the question. They want to share something or describe something. Confusion number 2 of Arjun. these two paths are different. Shall I perform action or shall I pursue knowledge path? Shall I keep reading the scriptures, meditate, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasam, give up all actions, sit in the house, just do minimal actions at home and then keep reading? This is one big confusion I think all of us have when we come into the spiritual path, where we hear a lot of things, and then one of the most popular program in the world is meditation. If we ask people, come for Bhagavad Gita, no, but meditation I want to come. I want to do meditation. Whereas Gurudev says that I can't do sleeping. First of all, I have to go through the 6th chapter to understand who is a meditator, what is the object of meditation, what is the process of meditation, what is the result of meditation, what are the obstacles in meditation. There are certain questions are answered, and then I can get into the practice of meditation. But before practicing meditation, I must live meditative life. Because Arjun wanted to go to Himalayas and read scriptures and meditate and realize Brahmic Sthiti straight. I am confused by your contradictory speech. Now, till here, he is blaming Lord, that you are basically talking contradictory. And then he realized that I think that's not completely appropriate. Then he said, I don't understand clearly. That is a better way of telling. You may have said clearly, but I have not understood clearly. So why Arjun was confused? First of all, he was prejudiced. So whenever we have a strong prejudice, there is something called as unconscious bias. We are not even aware that I am biased. We like somebody more than somebody else, then that is called as a prejudice. Second, he didn't want to fight. He wanted to actually run away from this particular situation when we saw Bhishma Pitama. And when this kind of two things are there, normally people find faults in the subject or the theory or the knowledge given. Because when I don't want to do something and that particular knowledge or the coach or the scripture or the guru is telling me something to do what I don't want to do, then I will start asking question and finding fault in the theories. But, anyone would have got slightly annoyed with this particular question or the way Arjun has presented this question, but that's a difference between Bhagwan and us. There is one of my favorite names in Gita. Lord has addressed Arjun. In Mahabharata also, Arjun is addressed by various names. One of my favorite word is Anagha. O sinless one. O pure one. So when Arjun said that, Bhagavan, you are confused. You give me one path. Don't give me this path and that path. Tell me which path is superior and I would want to follow a superior path. So Bhagavan starts, this is one of the most beautiful chapters, most practical chapters and very interesting chapter, because this gives answers to many, many questions, why things happen the way things happen. We are going to discuss this, some karma principles before we actually get into the various pointers on what is Karma Yoga by Lord Krishna. So Lord says, O sinless one, O Anagha, O pure one, I can understand. I am not annoyed with your question at all. I have already told you this. In this world, there are two paths. So you're right. You're right in one way in asking this question. There are two paths. Path of Sankyans, that is the path of knowledge, that is a path of Nivrutti Marga. And there is a path of Yogins, path of action, Pravrutti Marga. But what you have not understood is this point, what Lord is going to declare here, and then the entire 3rd chapter is the explanation of this. Very beautifully, Lord has told very clearly that there are two paths, path of knowledge and path of action. But this but is very, very powerful. But both paths are not in competition, not in contradiction to each other, but they are complementing each other, because one path is a means and other path is the goal. They are complementing each other and they have to be practiced serially. It is very, very easy to understand that suppose any sports one wants to play, physical fitness is basic hygiene. I cannot say, no, either I will do physical fitness or I want to play the sport. Even people who play chess, you can just read their daily schedule, world champions and all, what is their daily schedule. Somebody asks that you are playing chess, sitting at one place for hours. Why do you want to go for physical fitness? No. They told when the body is fit, their sleep patterns, their food patterns, their eating patterns are fixed, because if the body is not fit, mind will not be fit. To make khichdi, fire has to be lit up. No, I cannot say either I will lit up the fire and then khichdi is the result, lighting up the fire is the means. So the point is very, very important that action is the means, path of action is the means, path of knowledge is the goal. The goal of path of action is Chitta Shuddhi. This is a preparatory means, and this is very important, because many people, those who are interested in reading scriptures and discussions and then endless discussion, but if you call them for some project to act, no, I don't want to come. No, that one of the very interesting excuse what people give, if I commit, then I have to be there, then I don't like that, committing something and not doing. So what I will do, I will not commit only. But I must actually, sometimes those who are into spiritual path, they must come into the teams and work and see what happens to my ego. How easily I get disturbed when somebody doesn't listen to me. When I put my opinion and nobody gives a damn to that opinion, something else is done, what happens to me? When nobody appreciates, when I do so much of work in some kind of project, which is social project, what happens to me? Unless and until I test it, we are not going to get into the next level, that is a path of knowledge. All this knowledge will remain, but it will not give its results, because the goal of paths of yogin, paths of action is Chitta Shuddhi. So by every action, I must ask whether my mind is becoming peaceful or no. And the path of knowledge goal is to contemplate, to experience the absolute. But many people say, when I sit for japa, my mind goes here and there, then I must do karma yoga. No, I cannot meditate for more than 5 minutes, then I must do karma yoga. No, I cannot sit quietly for 5 minutes, then I must do karma yoga. Because my mind is not pure, my mind is not concentrated, and then directly I want to experience this knowledge, so those complaints vanish. So the answers are very clear, because many people ask, no, what to do? I cannot sit quietly for 5 minutes. And then we are going to destroy some myths of karma yoga also. Some people say, no, but I am doing karma yoga. No, see, morning to evening, I am busy. We are going to discuss that. So there is a different slide. Myths of what is karma and what is not karma. What is not karma yoga is first important. Then we will discuss what is karma yoga. So now Lord declares in the 3rd verse itself that they are one path. Gurudev gives one beautiful example that in one village, one person went from the city, and it's a small village, there was only one road. And then he told, where are we standing? He told, you are standing on Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Marga. But where do we have to go? We have to go to that house, but that house is on Mahatma Gandhi Marga. Then he thought there are different roads. Then he realized that when he is walking, after one point, there was another point where they had marked that particular road as Mahatma Gandhi Marga. They told we had only one road, but then there was a a lot of fighting going on that some team said, no, we want to name this Mahatma Gandhi Marga. Then there's another team said, no, we want to make it Sardar Patel. So then the final conclusion came, okay, both names you give. So here also in Ghatkopar we have Agra Road. No, Agra is where, but here Ghatkopar there is Agra Road. Because this road goes to Agra and there is a Mahatma Gandhi Road which leads to Agra Road. So now these are not two separate paths, not two parallel paths that, okay, I will only study scriptures. No, I will only do good, be good. No, we have to do it together. This do good, be good is a very important point to remember, because many people have come and asked me, why scriptures are required? Why this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is required? Just be a good person. No, but it doesn't help. It may purify the mind, but it will not lead me to the highest. Guruji gives one example that if I want to join medical college, there is an entrance exam, CET exam. That CET exam is Karma Yoga, and then I get entry into medical college, that is Sankhya Yoga. So these two are not different paths. If I want to go to medical college, I cannot join a music class. These are all Guruji's examples. No, joining a music class, I will get entry into medical college. No. Now, these examples looks very simple and we wonder, but this is what we actually expect from life, that I am doing this. No, but why I am not getting this? Because both are different. Both are different means I am following one path where the result is something else. We are going to discuss this in the next couple of slides, that family and job. Why do we do? Why do we work? Why do we create a family? It is a very important question, and whether these two creating will help me to become or to attain spiritual goal. That is a very important question. Okay, that is true, Bhagwan, but I have few basic questions. Why some people get entry into medical college, why some not? Even though they have studied together, why some are born rich, some poor, some challenged, some healthy? In the same hospital, many children are born. So now there are many questions are going to get answered, which comes to us that why I'm not getting what I'm getting. And why some people, after doing so many wrong things, what we see, they are not getting punished, or they are not getting the results what we want them to get. So we are going to treat this chapter in a different way where it becomes easy, because these are the questions which get answered. So Karma Yoga chapter actually is extremely important, because we can practice it here and now, and so many doubts gets cleared into this and gives a very clear path of art of action, art of living. So now, very important question. What is karma? Gurudev already given answer, but let us discuss. Any movement at physical level, is it karma? Suppose in sleep I kick my neighbor, is it karma? While walking I kill many creatures, is it called as karma? This is not an open class, otherwise this becomes a 5 to 7 minutes very interesting question answer session. I am sitting and thinking and imagining and brooding, is it karma? But I am not doing anything. I feel angry towards someone but don't do anything, is it karma? I do not do anything but instigate somebody else to do something, is it karma? So first of all, we will understand what is karma, and then we will understand what is karma yoga. So the first line, any movement, any action which is done at the physical level is not defined as karma, because that is not fitting into the equation of karma. What is the equation of karma? We are going to take it. In sleep, I kick my neighbor. Is that karma? No, it is not karma, because in that there is no doership. I am not aware what I am doing. And while walking, I kill many creatures. That is also not karma, but we have to take care because my motive is not there in the killing. So already the equation I mentioned, but we'll just write down what is the definition, what is the equation of karma. Because many people think that, karma means being busy, just being a go-getter, just do work, get exhausted, that is karma. If I am sitting and thinking and imagining, that is defined as karma because the thinker is involved. There is a desire there. There is an imagination there. I am feeling angry towards someone. It is karma. Because that anger is there, but only thing it is not vented out. So whatever emotions I feel, whatever thinking I am doing at the inner level, but sitting quietly and brooding, that is karma. Lord is going to give a very harsh word for this. I do not do anything but instigate somebody else to do. That is definitely a bigger karma because in law also the instigator of murderer gets more punishment than actual act of murdering. सुपारी देने वाले को ज्यादा punishment है. So what is the equation of karma? So now this is the equation or definition of karma. What is karma? And this actually solves many doubts what we have, that I am doing my duty, I am doing my karma, but I am not getting the results what I am expecting. Why I am not getting it? Because this may be not applicable. So karma definition: action at BMI level plus this intention, motive at the mind level, and the doership, the mindness at the intellectual level, is all three together is defined as karma. If one is not there, then it will not be defined as karma. So while walking, if I am killing some creatures which my intention is not there, motive is not there, it will not be defined as karma. In sleep, if I kick my neighbor, it is not defined as karma because doership is not there. I am not even aware that this is happening. So there has to be doership, there has to be motive or intention, and there has to be action. So these three, action in the sense at body, mind, intellect level, that is a very important. Some people think that only if I do body action, it will be called as karma. No. Even a thought is coming in my mind, that is karma because that is an action. What am I wishing for others? That is karma. What am I thinking about others? That is karma. Even I am unable to do a lot of things. I remember when I had gone to Andaman Nicobar Islands, even those who have gone, and if you go there, there is a jail in which Savarkar was kept, and there is a entire thing what we can see where the tortures and how the tortures were done for almost a decade and how these people survived. Many people died also in that torture. And I was just asking, this thought was coming because we read Karma Yoga and we read Bhagavad Gita. One thing I asked that particular guide, that who was the jailer? What happened to that jailer? He told very rarely people ask this question. Well, what happened to that jailer? I want to know, because if the jailer is there and he is doing such kind of actions consistently and physical, emotional, intellectual tortures beyond our imagination, he told very few people know this particular fact. The jailer, definitely India got freedom, but before that itself, the jailer got sick, ill, and then the nearest port was Calcutta. He told he had such a suffering that he was almost paralyzed, and before he reached Calcutta, he died because so many people who were helpless, their thought patterns would be going towards that jailer, that, this is one of the cruelest thing what you're doing. But they were unable to voice anything, do anything. So It is not only the action at body level is called karma, action at mind level and action at intellectual level, thinking and feeling are deeper karma formations on our conscience. Now, why this is important? Because one point is very important here, that in our entire journey of life from unicellular organism to human beings, we have no choice because we are driven by instincts. When a tiger kills or eats a newborn baby of a deer, we may not be able to see, but the tiger and the deer are driven by instinct because that is tiger's food. Tiger will not eat grass because the tiger is hungry. If he sees one newborn baby of a deer, it will eat. So till we have become human beings, our karma account has not started. This is a very important one. Our karma account starts when we become human, because choice starts when we become human. And this karma account is called as a sanchita karma. These are principles of karma yoga we are discussing, because unless we understand these karma yoga principles, what Bhagavan is going to give various tips on how to act will not be very clear. So this is very interesting. And the whole point in life is to clear our account. We have taken a loan and we have to pay. Only thing is that we have forgotten. People take housing loan. That housing loan can go for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. 1 crore rupees, suppose I have taken, then I have to pay every month EMI. And suppose the person who dies, then his son has to pay, or the house is taken as mortgage, and the person who died taking the loan, what happens to him? No. The news. Somewhere something will happen where I'll have to pay back the money to some bank or some person where the account is cleared. So one of the joke is that many people want to become famous and to be known. मैं रहूं ना रहूं, मेरा नाम रहना चाहिए. So one of the best thing to do is that take huge loan and die. At least one generation people will remember. So the karma account needs to be neutralized because it is law of action, and this has been proven by Newton. We can actually correlate Newton's laws of actions here itself. For every action, there will be reaction. So what are karma principles? So first of all, we'll understand karma principles, and then we are going to take up Lord's tips that how to neutralize this account, karma account. The less the pressure of loan on me, the more I will be joyous, more I will be experiencing freedom. There are some people who are scared of taking loan. No, I don't want to take loan because I will not be able to sleep properly. But I may have so much of loan of various karmas, what I have done this life, earlier life. Lord is already going to tell in the next chapter that I know every being's karma. This birth, next birth, earlier birth. So now we'll focus this session on karma principles. If these principles are known, these karma laws are known, then we understand what Lord is going to say in various verses in this Karma Yoga chapter about how you can come out of this karma bondage, karma bandha vidhan, and how you can act intelligently, as Gurudev was talking, where even if I do karma, I am not having any loan on me. I can enjoy all the rasas without a residue. I can experience all emotions, but no residue remains. Is there a way of living? And this is called as a higher way of intelligent living, day-to-day living, where I can practice. I may slip. So Gurudev says, if you slip while practicing this, you slip within. And then I grow because I become aware that I have slipped many times. But if I don't practice this, I fall outside, and then it takes time for me to get up, brush up my clothes and then bounce back. So number one, principles. These are all there in this chapter in various verses. Action is inevitable. Everyone is helpless, as Gurudev mentioned there in this talk. There is no choice. Gurudev's famous joke is that even if you stop acting, there are other 10 people get active to lift you on 4 bamboos and take you. And then after that is finished, they say, okay, chalo, abhi thoda chai pite hain. Action is inevitable. Even if I am sitting and not doing anything, even if I am sleeping and thinking that I will not do anything, a big action is going on in the body. One is going to say this, that there is no way one can avoid action. Everyone is helpless because that is how I have made this Prakriti, Maya. So now what is a choice I do not have? Because this is a starting point, and the last principle will be what is the choice I have. At least in life, we must know what choice I do not have and what choice I have. So I have no choice whether to act or no, because I have to act. The only choice is, we will see what are the 7 principles. 6th principle and the 7 is types of actions. So second principle, second law of karma is every action will have a result. Now this is our main law of karma. Every action will have a reaction. Every action will have a result, and this is based on a scientific law of cause and effect. Otherwise, if we do not accept this, then everything becomes accident, everything becomes chaos, everything becomes chaotic, everything becomes uncertain. No, this world came out of uncertainty with Big Bang theory. This world is an accident. So my birth is an accident. If I get promotion is an accident. If I get something is an accident. If I don't get something is an accident. Doesn't actually is not very inspiring philosophy to even digest. When we get something, see, I did with my efforts. When I don't get something, then I say it's my prarabdha and all. But actually, I cannot practice this particular principle. What science says that everything is an accident. Just because 5 elements came together and something came together and the world started, then I must practice this principle to its fullest. Then there will be no stress because everything is an accident. But that is not a very convincing theory. Convincing theory is that wherever there is an effect, there is a cause. Without a cause, there cannot be an effect. So there is a joke in one of the ashrams. One person was found that he was not having breakfast, lunch, dinner at all, but his weight was increasing. So when he came, his guru told, here is the example of effect without a cause. How can my weight increase if I'm not eating? So he was eating at night. So now the implications of this are huge. Karma will lead to karma phala, and this is applicable universally. Some people say, no, karma yoga is only for Hindus. No. Karma yoga is applicable universally. Even if I read Bhagavad Gita, do not read Bhagavad Gita. If I am born in any religion, karma yoga will be applied. Because that is a universal law like gravity. What is the implication? I become more responsible of my action because I know every action is going to give me result. There is no escape. There is no escape from the result. And now what we have defined action also, every thought I think is going to give me a result. Every feeling is going to give me some result. But there are 2 types of result. This is a very important principle in Karma Yoga. We only think of outside results, what we are getting, but there is an invisible long-term result, what we get inside, called as, in Buddhism, it is called as Sankhara. In Vedanta, it is called as Vasana, or in English, it is called as impression. Visible temporary result is at the body level, it will be pleasure and pain. At mind level, happiness and sorrow. Intellectual level, success or failure. But invisible result is very important. What is the impression on my mind left? When I fail, what is the impression on my mind? When I succeed, what is the impression on my mind? When I get happiness, what will be impression left on my mind? I want more of that. When I get sorrow, what will be impression left on my mind? I want to avoid it. So aversion, craving, aversion, craving. When I get pain, I don't want it. When I get pleasure, I want it. So what is the impression left? So spiritual student or a spiritual seeker is not more interested now in the visible temporary result that is going to come. But I am only asking one question. What is the impression left of this action, what I am doing? Action at body level, action at mind level, and action at intellectual level. What is my motive? What is my intention? What is my doership? What is my mindness? And if this is understood, then we understand the Karma Yoga principles, Karma Yoga, various tips Lord is going to give. So two types of results we get. Karma principle number 3. Results are governed by two things, cosmic laws and time. For everything, there is a time. If I put tomato seed, if I put coconut, and if I put mango seed together, tomatoes may come in 1 month, coconut may come in 1 year, 2 years, mangoes will take 5 to 7 years. Now, who has decided this? No, this is like, these are all agriculture, I know, but when we apply to ourselves that if I do actions now, I may not get results in this birth, I may get in next birth, I may get after 3 years, I may get immediately. If I understand I say relaxed, okay. Now result is not in my hand, there is a cosmic law. And if there is a cosmic law, there is a cosmic lawmaker. Who has decided gravity? Who has decided that tomatoes must come in this particular earth? And in 1 month, and coconut has to come near the seashore, and then mango will come near the Konkan, and there are only 3. This mango season, one of my favorite one. 3 villages are there in Konkan, in Devgarh. There, that is the best mangoes which come. Devgarh mangoes means thin skin, and only the smell will come at the top. And they only come for 2-3 weeks. All others are not actually Devgarh mangoes. Whenever I think of mango, I think it is the highest level of divinity, according to me. Brahmananda is Amarananda. So because, just all manure and dirt and all is taken by the tree, and how that mango comes in Marathi, there is a saying, Devachi karni naralat pani. How this water comes inside such a hard shell in that coconut is no human being can create this, and that water remains inside. It doesn't come out. So I am responsible for my life. That becomes the very important pointer. And because the results are decided by the cosmic law and time, it depends upon our past karmas, what life I am going to get next. So Vedanta and our scripture say that children select their parents. Children select what circumstances I am going to be born. Children select the place. Not that the parents are only giving them the body, the physical structure and some genetics in the body. But actually children select the place, the parents, the kind of ambience, the kind of brothers, sisters I am going to get in the next life. Because if there are these karmic accounts to be cleared. Classic example, if the mother-in-law has tortured daughter-in-law, and poor daughter-in-law is unable to do anything, and both die, there will be next birth we do not know, or next birth we do not know who is going to become mother-in-law and who is going to become daughter-in-law. So when we meet people, actually we must look at them. What is the karmic account we have to get cleared? Otherwise, these people will not come in our life only. So, 2 important implications. I am responsible for my life, what I am getting today, because whatever I am getting today is basically I have created in the past. I am getting the result of that now. That result is in the form of prarabdha karma. So we saw the sanchit karma, total bank. Prarabdha karma is some portion of that is coming in our life. Like we put money into fixed deposits, and sometimes many of us actually forget we have put money in the fixed deposit, and suddenly the notice comes from the bank that this is matured. Now we have a choice whether to take it out or no. So we have put lot of things in the fixed deposit. Now what will be matured? That definitely there is a banker here, there is a lawmaker. 4, result is action in another form. Actually, after this, I will send you one video by Dhoni. Dhoni is a vibhuti, according to me. He is an evolved person because he talks about the process. If we actually listen to Dhoni, what kind of tips what he's giving to cricketers and all of us is basically karma yoga. I will send the video, one of my favorite videos. He says, focus on action, focus on the process, focus on what is to be done this moment, because he's asked many times that how can you remain cool in these difficult situations. In that, he has mentioned that it's simple. I don't focus on results. I focus on the action. I focus on the process. I ask one question to myself, what I can do in this moment, which I can improvise. And this gives me a kind of balanced mind, which doesn't make me anxious, because he says the results actually brings us anxiety, tension a lot, because unnecessary, if I focus on results which are not in my hand, this will create anxiety, stress. Process is more important to follow, to improvise. And then if things don't work as we want, then there is learning. So this video I will send. Very beautiful one. So now we have covered 4 principles. There are 2, 3 more, but I don't want to just rush up and complete. We will take it up next time. And I will send the video of Dhoni on the group. And after this, then we are going to see what is not Karma Yoga, what is Karma Yoga, and what are the various tips Lord has given, including the importance of teamwork and leadership. A very, very interesting chapter. Actually, every corporate, every family person must be trained at least on this chapter before we enter into these 2 big long-term projects, family, job, or business. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.